In the grand timeline of video gaming, we have several titles that are considered gems, classics, cultural icons, and revolutionary. One of these games is called Skool Daze. In 1984, we saw the release of a game whose legacy and innovation withstand the test of time, Skool Daze. When asked about the legacy of Skool Daze, creator Daze said, "I thought Skool Daze was an interesting idea, a case of making it work and getting the look and feel that I'd imagined to come out on screen. I never really thought about how to make it unique or special. It was just a game." David ran a small company called Microsphere with his wife Helen, whose humble beginnings as a consulting firm turned business software company turned game company saw some success with each iteration. Although his previous game put Microsphere on the map, it was Skool Daze that left a lasting impression in the gaming world, even though the company was short-lived. To cut to the chase, the significance of the game can best be described by its innovative combination of aesthetic and approach to narrative. In this game, you play as Eric, a young boy who has to steal his bad report card so he won't get kicked out of school. This objective can and is most often ignored, allowing for the player to explore the environment as they wish. This results in what can be described as the first sandbox experience. There are several non-player characters who are classmates, Angelface the bully, Einstein the nerd, etc., and there are also teachers as well as the headmaster who all serve as to somewhat impact the play experience. One of the game's unique aspects is the ability to name any of the characters whatever you wish. This could potentially allow for a better integrated user experience if the player named the cast after the people in the player's life who feel the archetype of the character. You could jump, hit, or use your catapult or slingshot, and the sandbox or complete graph structure allows for the player to circumvent the narrative and write on the board. You could assault faculty, you could be impeded by the bully or any of the other NPCs. I've actually had several encounters with the bully, one of which resulted in him being sick, and if you actually get sick, you get a game over. Each of these interactions are specific and somewhat natural feeling, and when caught committing any rule infringement, you will gain lines or standards. Once you've reached 10,000 standards, it's game over. The game was designed for the ZX Spectrum, or the Specky, which was the nickname given to it by its fandom. The controls are spread across the keyboard and joystick. The game was developed by husband and wife duo David and Helen Rady, of which Helen was actively teaching during her time working on the game. When discussing the game, this is what they had to say. "What I remember best are the things between lessons. Kicking balls around corridors, playing conkers, firing a catapult, making fun of teachers, making fun of other kids, and that basically is how I wanted Skool Daze to be. There'd be a major task to perform, but if you wanted to spend all your time beating people up, you could, just like school. This mentality is reflected in the gameplay as you never actually have to attend class. During my time playing the game, I actually never figured out how to get the combination to the safe or how to trigger their alarms to distract the faculty. But for a game of its time, the amount of gameplay existing outside of the victory parameters is very impressive." The game was issued a sequel the following year called Back to School, and a fan remake was made in the 90s called Class of 99. And there's going to be an official remake which is scheduled to be released May 31st of 2018 by Alternative Software. The legacy continues in other games adopting the open world style, and to some, this is most apparent in Rockstar's smash hit Bully.